Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play The Binding of Isaac. I've heard two things predominantly in the comments recently. One of them, I can hear you shouting from the rooftops, "Speedruns suck!" Okay, I hear you, I won't do them anymore. At least not as frequently as I have been doing them. Secondly, don't use Isaac! Alright, okay. I've heard a lot of people saying use Eve. That's not gonna happen. I don't enjoy myself when I play with Eve. I think she's a terrible character, and I think she's really imbalanced in the game. I don't think she plays well at all. In fact, I would rather play as Blue Baby, but instead we're going to play as Judas, keep things a little bit exciting. Judas is probably my second most used character in the game right now, after Isaac, of course. But he's much harder to beat the game with than Isaac, simply because he starts with such low health. Now, it obviously means if you make mistakes in the early game, you're pretty much boned. So, I'm going to try not to take any damage right off the get-go. And the other problem, of course, is that he has to get some HP ups, or some extra heart containers, if you're a Zelda fan, in order to be able to trade with the devil. Which is definitely a downside. Because normally, if you got a couple of HP ups, it's playing like a character like Isaac, or, you know, God forbid, Maggie or Cain. First, let's see what we have here. Mom's pad, terrible item. Let's go fight the boss. Yeah, so if you got HP ups as Isaac, and then you went to the devil for a trade, you would basically be back where you started if you traded for a 2-heart item. But as Judas, well, I guess that's exactly the same. After you trade with the devil, you do go back where you started. Unfortunately, back where you started is only with 1 heart. So, God forbid, if you only have 1 heart going into the womb, man, speed up, that's pretty bad too. If you only have 1 heart going into the womb, you're pretty much boned because 1 single hit will kill you. So with Judas, it's really important, even more so than with other characters, to get some kind of... oh god, that almost got me. Some kind of HP up tool, like a Book of Revelations, or the Relic, or even the Rosary, or the Band-Aid. Anything that you can get that can increase your vitality, essentially. Now let's make sure... being safe here. Obviously, I would love to take out that bomb, or sorry, that tinted rock. But I don't have much of an option there. Really gotta watch out for these guys. Luckily, did get a bomb there. Come in here, blow this up. 2 spirit hearts, please. Single key. That's fine too, because I'm gonna be going to the item room down here. Luckfoot. That's actually really important for the reason that I mentioned earlier, where we need HP ups. This means that all pills are going to be good, or at least not bad. And I've mentioned this many times, so I'm going to digress, or I'm going to stop talking about it. I always get the meaning of digress confused. Digress kind of means you're going off on a tangent, but I always thought digress was like stop. But I stop, or but I slow down when people say but I digress. Is anyone even following what I'm saying right now? Do I even have an audience on YouTube, or am I just like lying in a hospital somewhere dreaming that this is happening? Not a hospital, a mental ward, a psych ward. I think I've already posited that theory in this Let's Play so far. That's what happens when you play the same game for 3 months. Luckily, this game is good. Can you imagine if The Binding of Isaac was fucking horrible, and I ended up getting roped into... well, I don't know how to say roped into, I enjoy it. But for lack of a better word, roped into playing The Binding of Isaac for 3 months and it sucked dick, I probably wouldn't be alive right now. I wouldn't have killed myself, no, but you know, maybe I would have fallen down a manhole or something. So I did lose half of that Spirit Heart bounty already. But that's okay, that's why we got it. Better the Spirit Heart, oh my god, better the Spirit Heart than my regular hearts. I always say, except I usually say the opposite of that. Now, sadly, there's too many locations for the item rooms, or secret room to be here. Man, it's been 2 days since I played Isaac, and I've completely lost sight of my terminology. I would love to get a nickel here, and another cent, actually, so that I could... actually, yeah, there's 2 locations for the secret room. Fuck it, we'll try it. If I can get 9 cents, then I can go to the shop, maybe pick up something useful. 6 cents? Why did I say 9 cents? 6 cents was perfect. Now we'll go to the shop, and hopefully we won't run into greed, but even if we do, then just hopefully we won't die, because there is a lot of health outside here. I'd love to get something huge. Mom's panties, not as huge as I would like. That sentence sounds horrible. I'm going to buy the Spirit Heart. I'm not going to buy the key. Hopefully we'll find keys. And then we'll continue onwards. Hopefully I find 5 cents on the next floor, which I can use to buy something better in that shop, because that shop right there was not very good. Range upgrades don't hurt when you get them, especially if you get them like from a boss, but paying 15 cents for a range upgrade is horrible. Or a pill range upgrade is the best. We've got our champion version of Monstro here. Second verse, same as the first, essentially. This guy's pretty easy. Just gonna wander around here. Whoa. Actually, it's strange, but one of the requests I've gotten a fair amount, both on, or all three, on Twitter, on Steam, and in the comments, is I should do like a tutorial series for the Binding of Isaac, because apparently a lot of people have picked up this game over the past few months and just don't understand what they're doing. Please don't be Krampus. Please don't be Krampus. Please don't be Krampus. I'm definitely not paying 1 heart for the Parasite. 2 hearts for the deal scares the shit out of me. Forget that. We'll go down on the next floor. It's the tutorial series on how to do well at the Binding of Isaac. Well, my initial thought was I've got 103, or it's like 120 now, tutorial episodes of how to get better at the Binding of Isaac. But if we're gonna distill it down to like its fundamentals, basically practice so you learn the patterns of the enemies. I might end up trading my bomb for that key. So certainly learning the patterns of the enemies, in particular learning the patterns of the bosses, is supremely important. Can I get out of here? Luckily. Okay. For example, this room would be hard as hell if you had no idea the behaviors of these red things right here. So unfortunately, Hermit, I don't like that card. Unfortunately, a lot of it just is practice, and that's going to take you some time if you can't beat Mom or can't beat Mom's heart. And then the other thing is just know where the major advantages in the game come from. So essentially, the biggest thing that you can do is get deals with the devil, but you require basically not getting hit on a floor, or getting hit very rarely on a floor to get a deal with the devil, so you gotta practice. And then, beyond that, it's just knowing... Why did I do that? I guess I want the key and the bombs. Beyond that, you just want to know what items you want to pick up in those deals with the devils, and when not to trade a good item that you have for a bad item that you don't understand, if that makes any sense. So, for example, when I walked into that first room and saw Mom's pad, if I hadn't practiced the game, I'd be like, oh, Mom's pad, what's that? I'd use it, I'd go down a floor, and then I would never see the Book of Belial again, which is a much, much better item than Mom's pad. Doing fairly well on this floor right now. 5 bombs means that the secret room is a definite possibility, although not a certainty. And I would love to get to the secret room, because it will hopefully contain enough money, combined with all these other rooms, to give me the opportunity to buy something awesome from the shop. We'll be looking principally, that's the other thing, you need to know what are good items to pick up from the shop and what are not. Principally, I would love to find a mushroom that increased all stats. Magic mushroom is a fantastic item, of course. It's 13 cents. I would love to find a... Oh, that's gonna hurt. Probably should use Book of Belial right away. I would love to find a battery, or I would love to find Book of Revelations. Any of those 3 items I would consider fantastic. Passive upgrades generally preferable when you have a good item, like a Book of Belial, a good spacebar item, I should say. Man, I hate this room. This one's been flipped a little bit. I think I have a little bit less maneuverability. Maybe I'm just making that up. Okay, only 2 of these, it's fine. The other thing is you have to memorize the layout of the room so that you understand what the hell's going on. Because in this one, I might be dodging in here. Oh, I'm trapped. Let's see what I have here. The stars takes me to the item room. That'll save me a key. Bean, not a good item. Doing pretty poorly on the item room so far, except for that luck foot. But at least I did save that key, so now I can go to the shop if I get a little bit more money. Which I almost certainly will. It's not a tough room. The other reason you have to memorize the layout of the rooms and the patterns of the enemies is so when you go into a room and you have a spacebar item that has a limited amount of uses, or limited usability in the sense that it has to recharge, you can be like, okay, is this worth using my unicorn horn on? And you have to basically decide immediately to avoid wasting health. Anyway, that's my quick tips. But mainly it just comes down to practice. Definitely going to take damage here, but I don't want to use Book of Belial because I'm an idiot, and I'm definitely going to take way more damage this way than I would against the boss, even if I didn't use Book of Belial. But hey, hindsight's 20/20, right? Pick up this bomb. I want to continue exploring before we go to that boss. Pick up this extra health from up here. Way too many locations for the secret room for me to feel comfortable trying all of them, but I might as well try a few because we're in kind of like a hub world for them right now. The hub room, I should say. There's 2 possible locations here. That's bad luck. And there will be 1 more down here. Maybe I will try all of them. 9 bombs. It doesn't feel so bad. Now, please. Another 6 cents. That's good. In fact, it's very good. With 20 cents, I could actually buy a key from the shop if I needed to as well. Now we run into a problem, because if this is greed, probably going to use Book of Belial. Okay, it's not greed. Ah, you know what? I'll buy this key. How can I do this? Okay, I'm going to buy the key first, just so I have it. I'm going to go fight the boss, pick up his item, come back, get the Forget-Me-Now, redo this floor, and hopefully get stacked up a little bit more before I continue onwards. This is the exact opposite of a speedrun right now, but that's okay. Let's see who we're dealing with here. Gertie? Peep, okay. Also kind of a pain in the ass sometimes, but that's okay. We'll be fine. Especially, I like this layout for Peep because there's all these rocks I can hide behind. Just going to do a really good job of blocking the bullets that Peep shoots out. It should be a pretty easy fight by and large. We've just got to really watch out for those eyes. Drops the first eye at about 33% health loss. And the second eye, of course, at around 66% health loss. Repeating, of course. If I can get in here. I can't right now. I'm in a bad position. Took damage from the eye there, it looked like. Hard to tell. But anyway, we're quite clearly going to survive this fight. Unless things go really poorly over this last stretch here. That was bad on my part. But oh god. Okay, just murder it. End it fast. Destroy. Oh, thank god. And I feel really uncomfortable going into that deal with the devil because it could be Krampus. Oh, thank god. What? Why am I even bothering? I can't buy anything in there anyway. I would love to get that brimstone, but unfortunately, that's not in the cards. So we're gonna go back, buy the Forget-Me-Now, and presumably, if we survive the Caves Part 1 again, we can pick up some good stuff. We will lose the Book of Belial though, which is bad, but hopefully it works out. So we'll use the Forget-Me-Now, go back to the Caves Part 1, try this floor again from the start. And I guess the good thing... Oh, stupid damage. I guess the good thing is... right off the bat... 1 second. I'm going into my, like, Isaac safe mode, basically, where I just recycle phrases that I use in the Binding of Isaac constantly. I am going to go for that tarot card. I got a lot of bombs right now. I feel like that would be worth it. Could be worth it, I should say. Justice. It was worth it. Absolutely worth it. What I was going to say is the good thing about... Oh, Leapers at Caves Part 1? Stop interrupting me, game! I'm trying to give salient commentary here. What I was going to say 10 minutes ago was the good thing about abandoning the Book of Belial, if we're trying to look at every cloud as a silver lining, is that I did really only use it on the boss room and a couple of really difficult rooms, so assuming I can find a good spacebar item down here somewhere, we should be doing okay. But this has not been a fantastic run so far. Again, a lot of the Binding of Isaac's success comes down to luck. I'm not saying I'm playing very well right now. But, you know, finding good items is typically what separates a good run from a bad run. That and a plethora of stupid damage like I'm taking right now. But essentially, you know, the difference between my best runs and my worst runs are just an item drop like a brimstone or a mom's knife, or, you know, getting a ton of HP ups through pills, or, you know, bosses dropping HP ups instead of speed ups that would be useless for me. Or alternatively, pills giving me speed down, which can actually ruin a run quite quickly. Not really a pun there, but the wordplay was obviously intentional. Now, hopefully we find something great in this item room. Magnet is not fantastic, but what it does mean is that if I find a ladder at some point in the shop, I don't have to waste 15 cents picking it up, because I can get pretty much anything except chests from this magnet right here. It'll even attract hearts, but only if I need them, and I actually do need them right now, which is fantastic. I mean, not fantastic that I need health, but fantastic that I can show off the magnet's workability. Now, thankfully, the magnet does not attract the bomb flies to you. Doesn't really make any sense. It attracts organic material like hearts. I guess maybe the iron in the hemoglobin. But does not attract metallic bombs. I really need to kill one. There we go. See? There it goes. It attracted one right there. We got another... Oh, we don't know what this pill does. This is what the pill they were selling in the shop a second ago. Bad gas. Not a great pill, but hey, again, thankfully we have the luck foot, so it's not a horrible pill. Would really love to murder these flies before we take out the silkworms. Man, that was a tough dodge. Got very lucky. It's just second nature. I don't even think about the way to dodge anymore. My fingers just do it. tears up. Okay, that's a good pill. This is another reason why the luck foot is a pretty good item to pick up. Now hopefully that's going to be spirit hearts or damage up. Bombs, that's fine too. We'll open this chest. Lots more money. Could make the shop on this floor maybe viable. That's going to cost me a bomb and a key. I might go for it. Well, we got more bombs in here. I have been to the item room on this floor. There's the magnet. I have not been to the shop yet, so I'm doing okay for keys. I mean, you never know when keys are going to dry up. We could also get drops from the rest of this mob trap room right here. It's like a while since I've done a mob trap room. I think we'll be fine. I always forget what the third one is. I think on the Caves Part 1 it's turrets, but it might be those bodiless heads. I hope it's turrets. Bodiless heads. I knew it! The turrets are way easier to deal with. I think the turrets actually show up in the Caves Part 2 Gauntlet Room, aka Mob Trap Room. But it's actually easier, I believe, anyway. You know what? Why not? At the very least, we'll probably pick up some money or bombs and keys, so it'll pay for itself. There we go. Tons of money and a bomb, so we basically spend one key to get like 10 cents. And that means that the shop on this floor will be viable. We've explored pretty much everything. I would say the Forget Me Now has been a success. All we need now is a good spacebar item and to not run into greed. This should be the secret room. And there's way more money there too. Now ideally here I would love to buy a Steam sale. And if I could buy the Steam sale, then I could buy a ton of spacebar items through the rest of the game. Wow! And the Steam sale itself was on sale. We also got a Wheel of Fortune card, which is not 3 cents. It's an okay pickup. But we'll head into the next room. I'm a little bit disappointed that I don't have a spacebar item. But we're going to be fighting the champion version of Chad. I have 12 bombs. I would be stupid to not use some of them to attack him. Or at least murder his, compadres here. Come on. Come on, buddy. Swallow the bomb! I don't want to waste this many. Okay, I'm going to use a lot of bombs because I'm feeling a little bit self-conscious about my health right now. One more. There we go. Okay, we got a little bit of health that I can't quite use yet. Probably won't get to deal with the devil, but even if I did, I couldn't really use it. HP up. Fantastic. Things are working out better now, I would say. That Steam sale is going to be valuable, hopefully. You can't really say with authority. Man, these double flies are pissing me off. Better than pissing me on, I guess. It's pissing on me. Okay. Get the flies cleared out. Now go for the TNT. The Hard Osborne. First we attacked the original Spider-Man quotes. How old am I? Sorry, what's my age again? Let's continue onwards to the left here before I embarrass myself any more thoroughly. Again, tons of money. That's 3 potential spacebar items from the shop at 21 cents. Probably will end up spending... Whoa, God. Oh my God! They're gang raping me! Probably will end up spending some of my money on either regular hearts or spirit hearts from the shop if I get there. And thankfully I did get that other key, so I can go to the item room as well, and there it is. Love to get some more keys so I can open that chest as well. Golden chests have given me a lot of luck so far. Or I've had a lot of luck with them. I suppose I do have the luck foot, which may have some influence over that as well. Now, in the item room, I'm going to be looking for a spacebar item, not a spacebar. Like, as if the spacebar was an item. That I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Surely someone out there understands me. Let's make sure we get... There we go. You know, I will use one bomb... Oh, never mind. The magnet's got that bomb for me. Or those bombs for me. I definitely should not have wasted a bomb there, but that's okay. Broken mirror. My reflection. This causes our bullets to have like really weird trajectory. They kind of shoot out a little bit and then they come back. Hopefully that doesn't come up to bite me in the ass, because sometimes that item's not so good. Really lucky placement of the secret room. I'm just going to blow it up. Slot machine, that is. Pick up 3 more cents and a bomb. And then we'll continue down here. Really hoping to pick up more keys so I can go back to that golden chest. I can't believe I don't have any spacebar item right now. That's kind of ridiculous. I really need to be careful here. With only 1 heart, that means at any point I could run into a champion. And I can't even hit these guys anymore because of my reflection. But there are times when my reflection is beneficial as well, so I'd say it's still worth picking up. Okay, we got that other key. We are going to go for that other chest now, which may contain, at worst, bombs and keys. At best, hopefully some health here. Okay, single key, paid for itself. Kind of a disappointing chest, but, you know, oh well. You know what? I'm going to spend a little bit of money, hopefully win some hearts from this. Because I don't really feel comfortable going into the next room. If I get hit twice, this run is over. And I would like this to be a little bit of a longer run, because I've done a lot of shorter ones recently. I'm trying to be a little bit more thorough. And because I have the Steam sale, I have a little bit more leeway with, you know, how much I can gamble. At the very least, when I blow this up, I might get a heart. Wow, I have the luck foot, and this is paying out horribly right now. Anything! I spent like 8 cents on it so far. Okay, single bomb. I'm gonna use that to end your life, slot machine. I'm gonna go down to 14 cents, and I'm gonna stop. Terrible! Let's drop a bomb down here. Hopefully it'll drop a heart. Half a heart? Well, you know, it's better than nothing. Gave me a little bit of my money back. This is a pure circle strafing room, and also an oh shit, don't hit the TNT when you're right next to it room. Got lucky there. See that? If I hit the TNT once in that room, that would have ended my run. That would have been incredibly disappointing. Luckily, I got that extra half heart. Even though I didn't get hit by the TNT, you know, you never know. Maybe I would have been super nervous or something when I walked into that room, if I only had one heart. Probably not, but, you know, anything can happen. Wow, this is like 10 hoppers! Luckily, they just fall on the spikes, but... Again, okay, pill. Okay, now, be cool, okay. Speed up, that's alright. I would prefer full health at this point, because this feels like a greed shop, and for that reason I will not enter the shop just yet. I'm gonna hopefully get back to full health, then I'll enter the shop, because greed could easily hit me twice. Sadly, pills are apparently not affected by the magnet, so I can't pick those up. Maybe a ladder would be useful after all. What would be the most useful, of course, is just an item that allowed me to fly, like Lord of the Pit, or the Noose. Man, really getting poor drops on these levels. There's the boss room. I would definitely love to get full health before that greed room, but I would love to get full health before the boss room even more. Even not full health, just some health. Because I've fought so many bosses in the cave so far, it feels like that's gotta be Gertie. Like, someone out there surely has done statistical analysis of the frequency of bosses. I feel like Gertie is not only the most common... Damn it. That's really bad. One more hit and I'm done. Gertie is not only the most common boss in the caves, in my opinion anyway. Maybe Chub is a little bit more common. But also, I've fought Chub, I've already fought Pete. Who else is there for me to fight? I could fight Chad, I guess, and that would actually be really awesome because I desperately need some health. Can't believe I'm going to make it out of this alive. And that tarot card, please, be good to me. Magician, Homing Tears. I've got to go for the shop, and hopefully there will be health in there. This could easily be the end of the run, but I want you to know that I tried. This is not a speed run. I'm doing my best here and just kind of getting screwed, both by my inability to avoid damage and by the drops I've been getting. Here we go. Okay, we're lucky. In fact, we're very lucky. We'll pick up this. We'll pick up this. So it's a full heart and a spirit heart. We will pick up Brother Bobby, and we'll pick up the battery as well. And that leaves us at 0 cents. I optimized that all right. Still not a no-brainer going into this fight, but having Brother Bobby at least gives me a little bit more offensive power. Because I was, you know, running pretty much blind through these, just hoping, basically. Now we'll use Homing Tears in... Oh, there's Fistula. Not Gertie, which is... I'm very thankful for that. Homing shots in conjunction with Broken Mirror, my reflection. I really don't understand how it works. It seems to be doing a pretty good job, so I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to try to stay safe, basically, and stay alert. As they come through here. Oh, the Homing Tears are working very well. There's an extra heart for us. Really nearly took damage there. Range up. Do I dare go into the boss room, or the devil room? I was 99% sure that that was going to be Krampus. That was stupid because I don't really need anything from the devil room. I mean, I need stuff, but I don't have enough health to warrant actually buying it. Okay, this room is fine. We're just going to play it cool. I think I got some bad habits from playing with Brimstone so much that I basically just started playing a little bit too reckless. I really wanted to finish rooms as fast as possible. Instead, I should just be focusing on care. Way too much speed right now. It's actually kind of a liability. Just focus on not getting hit. Doing very well for money on this run, too. I will say, I haven't done well for a lot of things, but on money we're doing perfectly fine. Got a lot of bombs, so I will go to that chest. And get to the secret room. That's 2 for the price of 1. Alright, we get another Tears Up. Nothing wrong with that. Lots more money. That is another item from the shop, which would be fantastic, because I would really love to get a spacebar item at some point. I traded in that Book of Belial like 3 floors ago. And Book of Belial's it's a good item, so I feel like I've gotten something, or I've given something for nothing here. I guess I did get that extra whole Caves Part 1, which worked out well. Another pill. Bombs are key. Speed up. Okay, well, probably the fastest I've been in a long time. Zambies! I'm just basically going to run around like a chicken with my head cut off for the start of this. And hopefully my reflection will be able to hit them. And once we get a few people solved, a few zombies killed, I should say, my brain should be able to solve this puzzle. Okay, with only 2 zombies. The other thing is that I'm so fast, so like every time I hit like W, A, S, or D, I fly so far across the screen. And we're back at full health for the first time in a long time. Managed to get both of those nubs. Things are working out pretty well. Brother Bobby is really helping me out in conjunction with these Tears Ups that we're having right now. Okay, there's the Eyeful Ooze guys, Eyeless Ooze guys, and Champion Eyeless Ooze guys. Deceased. More money. That's 2 items from the shop. 2 spacebar items. What do we have in here? More health. Well, at least you know, even if I take a ton of damage in here, I should be able to get enough to heal me back to full. Okay, so this is pure circle strafing. But I'm actually circle strafing a little bit faster than I'm used to. There's like no safe spot on the screen for the enemies, but somehow they are still dodging. Look at it, it's like 100 bullets versus 3 bullets. And somehow I still feel like I'm the one in danger. I guess because there's more of them than there are of me. Okay, we don't have to deal with leapers, but we're still going to take a hit, which is a damn shame because I'm losing half of that spirit heart. Okay, zombies again. Man, my reflection is really good at killing zombies. At least when the bullets don't just, you know, uselessly plunk off the mask. Why do I call these guys zombies? I mean, now that I think about it, it doesn't really make any sense. I guess it's a combination of the exposed brain and the, like, straight gait that they have. They don't seem as smart as other enemies, but actually, I guess at times they are. Now, I can't remember if Blue Fistula always drops a Spirit Heart, but if it does, that would of course be fantastic. The other thing about Blue Fistula is that it always drops bomb flies. We always have to be cautious about that, but the good thing is we can set off some kind of chain reaction. And my reflection doing a really good job of taking out these bomb flies that I missed on the first shot. This is the first time I think I've ever been happy with the way my reflection works things. It may or may not be true. I think I had a good my reflection run recently. Semi-recently, anyway. The other good thing is that we've got a ton of health, just like littering the screen right now. There's the boss room. I didn't even notice it was right there. Obviously, with 3 keys, we have to visit the item room in the shop. Probably, my guess is that we're going to run into greed in this shop, but again, there's a lot of health on the table right now, so I'm not so worried about that. I feel like we could take out greed relatively easily without losing too much health. Maybe 2 or 3 hits. Par for the course with greed, really. And then we can go to the shop on the next floor, presumably. Unless we run into greed again, which is not altogether impossible, but is a little unlikely. See, that was pretty much a gimme. I've been to pretty much every shop in the game so far. Shop in the Caves Part 1, I think I went to twice. But I haven't run into greed yet, so I consider this a pretty good run in terms of greed luckiness, or greed efficiency. Picked up a lot of health. Again, that's 3 spacebar items from the next shop, although it can at max only have 2 unless I pick up a D6 from this item room. Actually, I don't think that would change it either. But I'd have to actually, you know, test it out in practice. Money equals power would be a fantastic item to pick up right now, too. I think I'm going to make it out of here with killing this last leaper. Extra health I don't need yet, but may need at some point. Tough room. Very tough room to solve. Maybe would have been worthwhile to use a bomb, but I would rather take 1 hit from these guys than trap myself in the corner with a bomb. It's funny, you can kind of influence these guys like the Pac-Man ghosts. So I can kind of trick them into taking the path I want them to take so I don't get trapped. Luckily we picked up an extra heart there. I must have been hit by a champion, or those guys do one whole heart of damage. I'm not sure. Or I got hit twice, which I don't think happened, but, you know, maybe. I'm not always the most observant when I play Isaac. Think of this, I gotta have, like, renewed focus not only to play the game, which is hard enough, but to comment on it and to have my commentary, you know, 50% of the time, at the very least, make some kind of cogent sense. Can't get to that pill. We probably could get to that pill if we used a bomb. But I just don't care. That will be another Tainted Rock, which will give us a Spirit Heart. I was really hoping for a little bit more than that, considering what we were dealing with. We've already found the secret room. I was just about to waste a bomb to try to find it again. Might as well go up here and try to see what we're dealing with. I mean, we do have to go to the item room still. And really, a single spacebar item would be better for me than anything else. Even if it's a bad spacebar item, like a mom's bra, mom's pad, Tammy's head. Tammy's head isn't horrible, actually, but, Lemon Mishap, it's better than nothing, which is what I've been dealing with for a long time. And if we don't get it soon, we might never get a spacebar item. Which is not out of the question, because I've had runs where I've been in the womb and haven't gotten a spacebar item. Then you basically got to pray that a secret room in the womb contains a unicorn horn or something. Otherwise, you're pretty much boned with respect to that. Definitely get that free bomb. Guardian Angel, that's fine. I mean, it's going to give me a little bit of added defense. But would have much preferred a spacebar item. Now we got the zombies. Probably use a bomb. Got two of them, fine by me. Now, I really, really have no excuse for getting hit by a single zombie, champion or not, so hopefully I can manage to hold up my side of the bargain there. Alright, we've explored everything on this floor. We could go to the slot machine, but there's really no point. I'll just use money and go to the arcade on the next floor, because we haven't seen one yet. We're probably going to run into one. And, of course, I do want to save this money for the shop on the next floor. I never know what we're going to get into, what we're going to need to buy. And what boss are we going to have? Probably a horseman, right? Oh, Gish. Okay, that's cool. That's going to give us a little bit of added offensive power as well. And the slow is always welcome. Gish is one of my favorite bosses to fight. Because A, it's easy. There's a Tinted Rock in that bottom left corner too, which seems to happen fairly frequently. And the item that we get is guaranteed, which is not always great when you're using a D6, for example. But in this situation, it's really good because I actually really prefer to have Gish in this situation. The slowing attack and the added offensive power, definitely worthwhile. So during my rant there, Gish basically was murdered. It has about 10% of its health left. It's funny, I haven't gotten a damage up so far, but I haven't really noticed because my reflection is causing me to miss a lot less, and I also have the tears ups. And of course Brother Bobby now as well, and now Gish, and probably 2 more Spirit Hearts. No, 1 bomb and 1 Spirit Heart. It's funny because 2 Spirit Hearts seems to be the most common drop from Tinted Rocks, but I haven't run into that drop so far yet this game, I believe. I can't quite remember. Might as well plant some bombs here just to mess up Shove. Shove should also be pretty easy as long as the slowing effects actually work. You gotta be careful though, because you don't want to be in Shove's way when the slowing effect wears off. It makes you pretty vulnerable. And also the slowing effect I think only works on his head. Like if you get the slowing effect on his tail, I don't think it actually slows him down. Wheel of Fortune. So again, we didn't really need to hit the slot machine on the last floor because we're just going to do it now. Got really lucky that the slowing effect worked there, otherwise I would have ended up taking damage. Oh well. Everything worked out in the end. Picked up another bomb. Also doing very well for bombs. I can't complain about that this run. I've been using them liberally, and I've been picking them up pretty liberally as well. Picking them up pretty often, I suppose. Very semantic difference, but still. I'll just wait for that bomb to come to me because I don't want to accidentally step on the creep. We also do have enough keys for me to visit both the item room and the shop on this floor. So we'll try to take out the fetuses first anyway, because then we'll have a little bit of an easier puzzle to solve with respect to killing these zombies. And that's basically what it is. It's like it's a live-action, fast-changing puzzle that you always have to keep your eye on in order to make sure that you're doing it in the proper way. Not going to go to the boss room right away, obviously, because if you're not familiar, you can't leave the boss room in the Depths Part 2 after you fight Mom until you beat her, or there's other ways to get around it, but they're rare, and I don't have any way to do it right now. For example, if you have a 1-up and you die, you spawn outside the boss room. If you have telepills or a pill that takes you to a certain room, like the stars or the moon, then that can get you out of the boss room as well. But by and large, unless you have some way to teleport, or you die and you have more than 1 life, you're stuck in Mom's room after you go there. So you really got to clear out the entire floor, if that's what you want to do, before you get there. Okay. Really good items here. I'm going to go with the shears, even though the game kit is awesome, because this is also going to give me the ability to fly. Definitely buy the Spirit Heart as well. 22 cents that I can spend on the slot machine or the arcade, should we come across it. Shears is a really good item. I'm not going to complain about that. It's going to really dramatically increase our damage output for whatever rooms we come across. That we choose to use the shears on, of course. That was not the secret room. I will use the shears here. It's going to give me a little bit more defensive power, the ability to actually avoid these spikes as well as the fetuses. Could just go hang out in the center, for example, but I think I'll be able to kill this thing pretty easily. Stars takes us to the item room, so yeah, we'll definitely pick up the stars card and use it right away. Which is going to give us chocolate milk. Fantastic! Other good pickups. So now we've got the ability to charge up our shots, which is going to be interesting, to say the least, in conjunction with my reflection. Now, I definitely having some trouble hitting that turret. There we go. Just because I'm firing so frequently at it. Come over here. There's the arcade. So basically everything that I possibly hoped for on this run is coming true right now. Which is good because, you know, until this floor we were looking not in a fantastic situation. But that's how quick things can turn around. Yeah, let's pop this open and see what we get. More bombs, that's fine. I don't feel bad about that. Another tinted rock in the arcade, which gives us another kind of infrequent drop. We're gonna basically spend all our money here because this usually has a better payout. Definitely going to use the blood bank as often as possible. Use it 4 times here. Okay, we got a lot more money, but still no blood bag. Could really use that HP up. I've only had 1 HP up so far this game, which is crazy. He's gonna accidentally blow himself up. He got really lucky that I had those homing with a magnet on me. I wonder why I'm having such terrible luck with slot machines. I mean, I do have the luck foot. You'd expect that would help me out. There's a pill. That's something we've already had. Tears up. Not complaining about that, even though I think my tears are basically already at max. Another pill. Hopefully that's an HP up. And hopefully it's really not bombs are key. Telepills to the secret room where I got a 1-up. Wow. Lucky me. We're going to make our way back to the arcade. Before we do, though, I might just clear out these other rooms. Just so that they're done, essentially. I do have to clear out one more room, just even to get back to the arcade. Might as well pick up this slot machine key, or slot machine card as well. What do we have here? Larry Jr. If I hit Larry Jr. in the right spot, each one of these should die in 1 hit. As long as I have fully charged shots, I should have added that as well. Of course, remember, I did pick up that battery a long time ago, so shears are going to recharge much faster than usual. It's another Tears Up pill? Wow. Not sure if that even works anymore, but I'm not going to complain about it, certainly. Now, I will open this chest, because I'm not going to need those keys for anything once we get down to the womb. Of course, I got a plethora of bombs right now. Tammy's head, finally! I get a spacebar item now that I don't need it. Probably not going to go to the gauntlet room. Oh, I can... I was going to say I could use my shears and just get it and then fly out, but I'm not sure I'm going to have enough rooms to recharge my shears before the boss. And, yeah, I mean, I probably will because I have the battery. But this is a situation where I'd much rather be safe than sorry. It might not be the perfect, like, 100% play. I took way more damage than I should have on that room as well. But it's the play I'm going to use because I definitely want to make sure that my number one priority, obviously, is getting past that mom room. Larry Jr. is a little bit more resilient than I remember him. I expected to kill him right away, but I guess I don't have damage ups, so I guess that explains why my base damage is so low. And I do have 17 cents. Let's see if we can get like a pretty fly, which should be super valuable because I have the Guardian Angel making the items around me spin faster, so I'd have crazy defense if I got that. And also picking up the HP upgrade would be fantastic for me. Would love to have that extra heart. You never know when that's going to come in handy. See if that's going to be the one to do it. Sadly, no, but it does give us that extra cent. Probably don't even have to worry about that fly. I assume some of my partners will get it. We'll try it again. Fly is resilient, man. And so is this blood bank. Just pay out already. Okay, maybe on this win from the 3 skull guy here. Okay, I've got 3 plays. Ah, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, we might as well continue onwards here until we run out of money. Or until all of these things explode. Because again, money pretty much useless to me once we get down to the womb. Unless I run into Judgment, which is not necessarily unlikely, but you can't bank on it either. I'm not going to save my money and say, just in case we run into a Judgment. We do, okay, we can win the fly helmet on this one, which would be nice. There we go, okay, this guy's gone. We do have our poo helmet. So now flies are non-hostile to us. Picked up a lot of keys. I guess that's good because we could run into a lot of golden chests down there in the womb. Another pill, which is speed up. Okay. I don't think that had any effect. Again, I think my speed and tears are pretty much max right now. Only 3 more plays. Nothing to do with that. A nickel. Okay, maybe 6 more plays. Really just hoping on a single pretty fly. That would be fine by me. Or, you know, I wouldn't balk at 99 cents either. Bill would be cool. Because I could definitely use Judgment and slot machines in the womb. But man, really poor luck on these slot machines so far. Alright, we'll just put a bomb. Blow it up. Chest inside of the slot machine gives us 3 bombs and a cent. Okay. So now we're going to go fight the boss. And frankly, things have basically turned 180 for us. We got a lot on that floor. 1-up, shears, fly love, increased tears, chocolate milk, another increased tears, increased speed. Mom fight should be pretty easy, all things considered. Particularly shears should just take it down right away, but of course chocolate milk is a nice touch as well. Might as well charge that up before we go into the room. Okay, shears right away. Start flying. And really hoping shears, at the very least, shears will take out those other enemies. So I don't have to worry about it. I can just focus on Mom. Although I'm just going to run into the eye, apparently, by accident. Get that. Okay, more than halfway done already. We got really lucky with our drops. I can't overstate that enough. Again, Isaac is all about kind of the randomness of the game. Can't believe I took damage again. I've taken so much stupid damage from walking close to the walls in recent games. Go, that should do it. Not quite, but very, very close. There we go. Another HP up. And then down to the next floor. Into the womb at 42 minutes. Certainly not a speed run. But that's okay, you know? We're going back to the old style of Isaac. These long games. Just focusing here to make sure I take out the Diglets. We have a chest and a pill. Again, really hoping that's not a bombs are key pill. Okay, it's just the retarded pills. There's nothing wrong with that. In this room, we got some Diglets, or Diggle-Eye. Doug Trios. Thankfully, no. Now, I should be using my shears more frequently, because they do recharge very often. But it's, again, one of those, like, too good to use tropes, where the shears are so good, I don't want to accidentally use them and then run into the boss room. But I think I'll know what's a good room to use shears on. This is not a bad room to use shears on, because, of course, there's just a lot of enemies. Here I'm using shears, twofold reasons. They'll be able to take out a lot of the enemies, and I'll be able to shield myself from danger. Wow, that worked out pretty well, actually. With ourselves, destroyed ourselves in kind of a risky way, but whatever works. This next room, lasers. Spirit Art, doing very well in the Womb Part 1 so far. And again, hopefully we run into Skolex. That's your number one goal, is to always run into Skolex on the first floor of the Womb. Tarot card here is Hanged Man, which allows us to fly without wasting the shears. Probably better than the slot machine. So I'll hold on to that for now. Means if I come across a chest or something that would normally either cost me a bomb or cost me my shears to get to, now I don't have to waste it. Okay, how are we going to do this room? Well, the easy way is just use shears and then immediately take damage. Just use shears and then your shears guy should take out your clone, as well as anything else you come across, apparently. Pick up the scents again, probably. Well, I guess I won't pick up the scent. Pick up the scent always makes me feel like I'm in the music video for Duran Duran's Hungry Like the Wolf. Don't ask me why. And destroy this champion Gluttony and his little dog too. More money, again, probably going to be useless here, but can't complain about good drops. Because you never know when the game's going to take him away from you. Form ya? Did I suddenly become a mid-1900s Southern gentleman? No, I did not. I just looked in the mirror, I paused the video. Still Canadian. Another pill, again. More retarded pills. Definitely want to... Might as well just use those. Or not use them. That's fine, game. I definitely hit the Q button, but... guess you didn't want me to do that. You probably have your reasons. Pretty much the same room we ran into like 2 rooms ago. Except for the fact that I'm going to take damage this time. Just to mix things up. I wanted to make sure that there's some variety in this. You know, variety. As they say, it's the spice of life, which isn't true. I think salt is probably the spice of life. The seasoning of life. At the very least. And judging by the deaths from cardiovascular disease, also the seasoning of death. Taking a kind of bad amount of damage so far. I'm going to go back for this card right here. And we'll use this 9 times. Like the number of times that 50 Cent got shot. And hopefully we'll pick up at least a single heart. Otherwise, I don't know what vendetta this game has against me. I have the luck foot, but I can't seem to win for the life of me. Look at it, I just got an enemy out of a slot machine. You telling me there's like a nest of flies in there? Every time someone they don't, there's like a camera on top of it, and every time someone they don't like comes up, they just spit out a burrow of flies. A burrow? I don't know. What is a group of flies called? A swarm, I assume. Okay, absolutely nothing of worth from that slot machine. Until it blew up, and it gave us half a heart and another bomb. Okay. Now, I am going to place some bombs around here. At least one bomb. Because it looked like there were so many bombs, or so many rocks there, I figured one of them might be tinted. I got 20 bombs, you know what, let's try it again. Nope, alright, that's tough luck. Take out that first Larry Jr., now the 3-pronged Larry Jr. here. Oh, come on, he died. One more, there we go. 21 bombs, and I've been using them all the time. Absurd. Don't have full health, so I probably will not be able to even go to the mob trap room, even if I wanted to, which I probably don't. That's okay. Let's take out this champion. Please take out this champion. There we go. 1 heart down. It's not so bad, considering we've had to explore like the entirety of the room part 1. I hate this room, so I'm going to try to bomb my way out, although Gish is going to make that difficult. That's exactly what I was hoping for, the boss room right away. Would love to use the shears here, but of course I do have to save them. I don't have to, but I think it would be wise to save them for the boss. Unless, of course, that boss is Skolex, in which case we're probably fine. But if it's Death, or the Fallen, I would prefer to be in this situation. Or Blast Assist. The Fallen would give us a better item. Maybe the opportunity to get a, you know, chocolate milk mom's knife or a chocolate milk brimstone. Chocolate milk! Probably the best speaking air anyone's ever made. I could really go for a tall glass of chocolate milk right now. Is that racist? I can't tell. Alright, into this next room. Death! Okay, that's fine, because we're going to get Super Meat Boy level 1, which in conjunction with Guardian Angel will give us a little bit of added defense. Shears should do a really good job here. As will, you know, my Patriots in just... Man, that was dumb damage. In terms of ensuring that those sights don't hit me. Shears really doing a number on those zombies. Wow, dropped a Spirit Heart. That was awesome, actually. See if I can get lucky here. There we go, okay. So we got the first cube of meat, which will give us this sweet spinning defensive armada here. Hopefully that's going to be enough to protect us, because we're not going to get any more item drops for the rest of the game. Thankfully I do have the magnet, I can just pick that up. Now, sadly I don't have the compass, so I will end up exploring probably a lot of rooms here unless I make the correct decision in which direction to go, which is, you know, like a 1 in 8 chance. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, it happens a lot in these videos, but you can't bank on it. Picked up again a fair amount of money, but largely useless to me, because apparently I have the worst luck in the world despite getting the luck foot. Shears are ready, but I don't want to use them on this room. I should be able to take this room out just on, you know, my own strength and skill. Can't believe I didn't get burned for that. Yeah, why not telepills? Could take us to the I Am Error room. I mean, they didn't, and I knew they didn't by the time I had already said it, but hindsight is 20/20. Murder the brain guys. Guts is left. Guts should die fairly easily. I'm not feeling super confident in this run so far, but there's a chance. Let's put it that way. And of course, the chance increases, or doesn't decrease, let's put it that way, when I actually find the boss room quickly, but you can't bank on that. I'm trying to actually use the reflection to hit this guy, but it's more difficult than you would expect. There we go, that'll do it. Don't need that half heart for once. Basically just going to try to rush to the terminals here. Definitely going to use shears on this room. And this is one situation where a Ouija board would actually help me a lot. God, murder that Diglett, thank God. That was close. Yeah. One more Meat Boy wannabe. Never mind. To 22 bombs, which is going to make this Mom's Heart boss fight very easy. You know what, Judgment? Today's your lucky day. Give me something good for 5 cents. Or you're going to be sleeping on the street for the rest of your life. In hell! Because I'm going to kill him. Get it? Alright, well that's not so bad. But I am going to blow you up still. My apologies for that. Really probably not going to run into a situation where I need that key. I would be very surprised if we ran into like 7... Straight right into that one. If we ran into like 7 chests that required keys. But better safe than sorry again. Kind of the motto of this run. The speed runs were like, you know, better quick than alive, almost. But these regular runs, better safe than sorry. We are at like almost an hour here. Speed up, why not? We'll fight Mom, and hopefully come out on top here. Don't have the shears yet, but I will in a second because, of course, we are using the battery. Would love to have it right from the get-go, because apparently I can't hit anything here. There we go. Gotta time my shots a little bit better. This is cool. This gives us time to recharge our shears, which we do have now. There we go. Okay, murder the... There we go! Took forever, but got the job done. Of course, I think Gish is moving my bombs after I place them. Not cool, buddy. Not cool at all. Monster's gonna die nearly instantly. Yeah, that was easy. I think we got zombies coming now, so please do not move that bomb. Oh, Larry Jr.'s either way. Wow, that didn't kill him? He's gotten stronger than I remember. Place this bomb again. Exploded too fast. That's what I hope they call the next Crank movie. Crank 3, exploded too fast. Chelios, they've placed nitroglycerin in your heart. You've got to have an orgasm every 20 seconds or you'll die. Why do they always do this to me? That's a poor Jason Statham impression. Beats my Michael Caine impression, though. Have I ever done my Michael Caine impression on camera? I assume I have, and that makes me feel very embarrassed. Okay, firing bombs continuously. We are going to make it here. It's amazing what kind of commentary comes out around the hour mark. Now I remember why I frequently wanted brimstone. Oh, I'm flying! I don't have to worry about that so much. Okay, a couple more hits, it's dead. We made it through Mom's Heart anyway. Definitely just gonna go straight down. I mean, I don't think that Krampus could even show up in that devil room, but no items can show up in the devil room at that point either. So why bother? As Rivers Cuomo would say. Taking a pretty dumb amount of damage from War here, considering, you know, should be able to defeat him almost with a blindfold on. With my eyes tied behind my back was what I was gonna say there. Turns out that sentence makes pretty much 0 sense. Oh my, I can't believe I got hit again. It's always how it happens. Incredible focus up to the womb, and then in the womb, pretty much beat the game already. Okay, there's one greed down. Shears, feel free to get out of your comfort zone. Go tackle some of these bros. Much appreciated. Okay, Greed's gonna die here. And he didn't do damage to me, thankfully. Again, oh, thanks for the money, Greed. That's really valuable at this point in the game. I'll just take that to Walmart. Oh my god, we found the boss room right away. We have a chance. A very, very small chance. Apparently I can't hit this thing, so I'd really like the jabronis I'm running with to hit it. Hey, Gish is doing a fairly good job, it looks like. Maybe I can... Oh, that was dumb. Oh, I got my heart back. We're gonna have to do a little bit of damage in this room before some shears come out. Gonna have to be a pretty damn good play here. I pushed the bomb away myself there. I can't complain about that. Shears, cutting them down. Gotta focus. If my commentary is sparse, you know the deal. Doing my best here. My brain can only calculate so much at one moment. Speaking English is kind of difficult for me, despite teaching it and speaking it exclusively my entire life. Okay, and we got Satan. It's a really good opportunity for the shears to prove its worth to me. There we go. Yeah, it's locked on. You're fucked, Satan. You're fucked. You bit. Because it's slowed, Gish is also doing it's underrated. Its role in this fight is underrated, I should say. Because it's slowing Satan, which is actually making it much easier to goad him into the attacks I want, and really reducing the range on those bullet attacks as well. So for example, we're not going to see an example because he died. Okay, now it's Shears, come to me! You're going to go on these feet, buddy. This is of explicit importance. There we go. One more. There we go. Now we're just going to play it cool. Watch out for the bomb flies. Of course, that's our that's our number one priority. Was the way I was gonna finish that sentence. Doing well. Oh, Shears took out the bomb flies. Bros for life, Shears. He just got bros for life, guys. Jealous. It looks like we may actually win this. I can't believe that just happened. Success. 56 minutes, 54 seconds. Binding of Isaac. Marathon run. I'm yawning here. I'm a little bit tired. So we'll actually get to see some of the ending again. Oh well. As always, thank you guys for watching. I hope this was a refreshing episode for you, as it was for me, even though it was an exhausting episode as well. As always, I'll see you guys next time.